What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. It's fall. It is late September and it is time to put the fairy wands away, break out the big sticks, and really start to fish some hard baits for bass. Lipless crankbaits are about one thing and one thing only, and that is reaction bites. If you can get bass to react to the bait that you're throwing and lash out, boom, you can catch them. And if you've been following the channel for a while, or if you're new, I have caught some of the best bass of the year each year in the fall on lipless crankbaits. And this video, I wanted to focus on some new lipless crankbaits that I just bought to fill out some of the holes in my collection and to do some different things that I wanted to try. So 4 new lipless baits today that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the gear that I use to throw them and just kind of how I like to fish them, right? So first and foremost, the gear. I love this rod and reel combination right here. We have a 7.3 medium heavy Saga from 6Gill, and we have a 7.01 gear ratio Cirrus bait casting reel, and I throw 12-pound fluorocarbon. And a lot of guys are like, 12-pound fluorocarbon, that's super light. On this combo, I have not lost or broken off a fish in a very long time. I fish clear water, I fish pressured fish, I fish smallmouth, I fish largemouth, but the main thing that I'm seeing in this is I want to make long casts. I want a forgiving rod because those fish come up and wallow or come up and jump with that bait. I want that to be going, but by and large, I don't want to overpower the baits that I am throwing, right? A lot of guys throw too heavy of gear and it inhibits the action of the bait that they're throwing. It inhibits the feel that they get. 12-pound fluorocarbon, fantastic, right? For this combination in clear water fish going on. 7.3 medium heavy, perfect. Moving that bait along with that 7.0 gear ratio rod and reel. So there's the combo. First up out of the deck, right? We're gonna go big to small. And the new thing that I got is I got 2 brand new Nishine Lureworks Simcoes. Now I got a Simcoe 75 and a Simcoe 75 heavyweight. And the heavyweight and the 75 are designed to be 2 different style of baits, right? So let's talk about just the straight up 75 first. The straight up 75 has 2 line ties on it, you can see there. The front line tie and the second line tie. And on the box, it talks about position A, right? Position A is good at fast speeds. It has less water resistance and a darting action by the jerk in the fall. Position B is good at slow speeds, and it's gonna tip that bait down just like that. So 2 different line tie options, 2 different weighting options, right? And the Simcoe 75 and the Simcoe 75 heavyweight come in a bunch of different colors that I love. Number 1, and I got the heavyweight here in that burnt craw color because I'm gonna rip this off the bottom. On those sand flats, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna rip it up off the bottom, let it fall down, rip it up off the bottom, almost like a blade bait. I also got this because it has a super narrow profile and a super flutter on the fall, right? So Simcoe 75 heavyweight, great colors, great gear out of the box. These bad boys are gonna catch me a lot of fish as the water cools down in, humps, saddles, ledges where, the current's coming through. Great options to throw, right? The regular Simcoe 75, right? I got because they have options where this bait is transparent, right? And transparent baits can make all of the difference, especially when you're targeting bait fish schools, right? In clear water, transparent baits that have a nice hard kick and a matte finish on them are going to get bit 9 times out of 10. They're just gonna do a really, really, really good job getting bit in a lot of different situations that are bait fish dependent. I'm gonna fish this all the way up until ice out whenever I'm around schools of bait, whenever I'm around different things. this bait is gonna get the call and it's gonna absolutely smoke some fish. I can already tell that simply because of the action that it has, that tight wiggle, that hard flash, and it looks good on the fall. It looks good being reeled really slow, and it can be jigged, right? It's got those 2 line tie positions. So super excited about Nishine Lure Works Simcoes. If you haven't fished a Nishine bait, literally they are fantastic, right? They are fantastic baits that deliver exactly at their price point what they should. Nothing but good things to say about Nishine. Next up is a twist on a classic. If you know me, you know I love the Spro Aruku Shad. It's a staple on my deck. I ended up picking up a bigger one because I want to fish these out a little bit deeper. I have a 3/8 ounce weighted Spro Aruku Shad in that clear minnow. I picked up one in this red craw color, and it's the Aruku Shad 75. It's slightly bigger, right? I'm gonna fish this deeper on those points and draws. It's got a nice hard kick to it. The thing that I also like is it's gonna move a lot of water. If you look at the Nishine bait, I got them because they are slight, right? They're super narrow and their profile is different. If you look at it next to that Spro bait, the Spro bait is a beefy, meaty profile. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw that profile in dirty or off-colored water. I'm gonna throw this in channels that are off-color. I'm gonna throw this in shallow water lakes like Palestine, right? Where I'm really looking for that bait to make a big presence and to make a big splash when it enters the water so bass can find that. Lipless crankbait bite is fantastic from now all the way until ice up, right? So this bait is gonna do a fantastic job because the Aruku Shad that I already have, they're fish catchers, right? Absolutely gonna dominate those. Now, the last one I picked up because I wanted to go on the smaller size. This is the Jackall TN 50, right? And this is a 2-inch bait at 5/16 ounce. It's tiny, but if you look at it, it looks just like a Young of the Year bluegill. It's transparent, it's got that purple on there, it's got that gold on the face, and literally this looks like a bluegill that is inhabiting the shallows right now. Now, the cool thing about this is Jackall does a fantastic job with minute details on the bait. They also have fantastic hardware out of the box, but I got this 5/16 ounce bait because what I'm looking to do are catch those bluegill eaters right now. If you can wind this over glass flats right now where there are bluegill present, this is going to get absolutely slammed, right? A downsized bait that you can cast a mile and that you can work over those vegetation points and rip and pop it out of there is gonna get absolutely slammed. And you can see on the underwater that this bait is going to be special, right? An undersized trap is something that I did a lot of last year with, you know, throwing a smaller trap, heavier, throwing it in different situations. Just absolutely slammed fish on it in the spring and in the fall. It's one of those baits that you can have confidence in throwing. Now, a lot of people don't like to fish traps. Lock one in your hand in the fall. You're not going to be disappointed with the results. You also have to fish it in different ways, like hopping it, yo-yoing it, ripping it out of vegetation. Doing different things in different situations are going to help you catch more fish. It's one of the best baits for covering water. And in the fall, a lot of people get disheartened. They pick it up and throw it for 5 minutes, and then they go back to Old Reliable because they don't realize that this is a bait that is made for covering a maximum amount of water. And when you find bites and you find casts that catch fish, you need to make that same cast repeatedly, right? If I'm catching them on one line in a bay, that means that fish are stacked up on something right there and they're eating bait that is washing over. If I'm in a cut or a draw and I'm getting bites consistently on one spot, that means that those fish are in transition from that flat feeding behavior into that fall pattern where they're stacking up and ambushing bait fish. One of the best things that you can do that time of year is cover water by throwing a trap style bait, a lipless crankbait. Guys, if you like what's going on the channel right now, give me a like, subscribe. Let us know in the comment section what you want to see in the future from the channel. We're having a blast right now making videos for you guys. Let us know what you want to see. Help us help you. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. We will see you next time.